Oh shit. The last time I saw somebody break out Lucille, it was Uncle Phil on the Fresh Prince. Remember when Will got caught gambling a bunch and then Phil had to save his ass and they were down at the pool hall and he told Jeffrey to break out Lucille, but it was a pool stick. I don't know if the writers actually seen that show and based the bat off Lucille from the Fresh Prince, but it would be cool if I found out whether that was true or not. But anyway, Morgan, he found himself some legs. He needed to find himself some wheels to move around, but he couldn't find any. He found a horse, you know, because fucking he's going after Carol and whatnot. Anyway, Carl, he's ready to put his gun game down because he gets up, grabs a couple guns, and then tells Enid, he said, I'm off to see the wizard. Not the Wizard of Oz, but the wizard of the saviors. He wanted to go to the hilltop because they were going there in order to get Maggie to the doctors in the hospital and whatnot. And he wanted to basically go head up with the fucking saviors. He says, I want something to happen. I want something to jump off so I could shoot somebody. That was crazy. Enid was all scared. Please don't go. Please. But wait, damn. It was a song like that came out. Please don't go. Who was that? Tank. Oh, yeah. Yup. So, yeah, basically, Tank's song came in handy at this point. Anyway, I like this scene with Gabriel. Gabriel goes to Rick and he tells him that he's going to be on top of his game. He said, I got everything planned out. We got the guards at the watchtower. He said, I got the contingency planned. If we need to escape, this route is available. We got these cars available. And Gabriel just stood there with a stone cold face, just, I'm ready to kill. I was like, okay, I'm liking where Gabriel's going. I think Gabriel snapped. He read the Bible a bunch. So now, if you read the Bible, you know some people it's a lot of people in the Bible that's down for the murder game. And I'm not talking about the bad folk. I'm talking about the good guys, prophets and whatnot. They were down to kill. So he feels like I'm a soldier of God. I used to be a preacher for God. I used to talk for God. Now I got to shoot for God. That's where I think Gabriel is at right now. And I like that, man. I think he might be able to make up for all the garbage he put us through earlier. But that was him developing. At first he came in like a chump, scared of his own shadow. Now he's like, yo, I used to play ball for myself. Now I got to slam dunk for the Lord, basically. I like where they're going, and his character starting to flourish. I like that. That was a good move. Also, another good look was the simple fact that Rick was being an idiot for so long in terms of contingencies. He always waited for shit to hit the fan, and then they got to panic. How many times did something happen, like at the back at the camp when they first met? When he first found his wife and his son, they panicked. Something happened. We got to go. Let's time to panic. Or at the farm, and I'm gonna say Heath's farm, Herschel's farm. Oh man, we're getting ready to get rampage. Let's hurry up. Then at the prison, oh my God, they ran down on us. He never had a plan to escape. It happened 3 times. 3. You would think after the first 2, he would have a plan. He would say, you know what? Get these cars ready just in case we get fucked up. Now at the prison, to give him some credit. They did have cars available, but they never had a plan. They just said, keep those gassed up. And they kept losing each other. They kept getting lost. That happened 3 times. You would think that he would finally have it together. He does now. He said, we got these cars available. We got these routes to take. We got these. Do this, do this, do this. Finally, he makes sense. So I like that. So that's what we get from the Gabriel scene. So Gabriel's seeming better. Rick looks better. Oh shit, my battery about to go dead. Hold on, sorry about that. Shit, there we go. If it goes dead, shit, the whole fucking ecosystem is going to be destroyed. Well, not the ecosystem, but the stream is going to be destroyed. So that was good. Now, Morgan, he just finds Carol, and he just found her, and he's talking to her, and basically she keeps saying, if I stay with the group, I'm going to have to kill for the people I love, and I don't want to kill anymore. Oh! Carol, either you're going to go. She basically planned a suicide. Morgan said, you're going to die out there. And she says, fuck it. As long as I don't have to kill. Morgan got into her damn head too much. Now Carol's like, I can't do it anymore. That was just ridiculous. It was too much for me. Because first Carol was just like, it was hard for her to take care of herself at first. And out of the blue, she turns into Rambo. Now that she turns into Rambo, and now all of a sudden she's crying like a bitch. You killed at least 40,000 people. There was a Carol Holocaust already. She damn near wiped out half of America, and now all of a sudden it's that hard for you to keep. For you to keep your sanity. It was just too much for me. I hope Carol gets killed. Because she kept saying that she's going to run away from the group. At first, I'm thinking she's going to find another group. She's not even going to find another group. She said she's just going to stay out there on her own because if she finds another group, she's going to have to kill for them. Then she told Morgan, she says, eventually, you're going to have to kill. You should know that better than anybody because you don't like killing. Now, at that point, I said, okay, Carol, go ahead and get killed. But anyway, Rick's group, they run into Negan's boys. Negan's boy just ran down on this guy, right? This dude who was at a camp that wouldn't pay Negan the amount that he wanted. So they killed all of them. It was just one person left and he tortured them. And Rick ran into the guys, right? And Rick starts talking shit. He starts talking shit. Rick basically says, hey, if you don't want to die, I suggest you keep your, I suggest you, keep your hands to yourself or keep your bullets to yourself. And the dude says, hey, I think you might be the one, that might bite the bullet. And Rick goes back and forth, and then they get back into the RV, and try to take another route to find, the hilltop. That scene, I was like, okay. That's when I figured out Negan was up to something because he knew about Rick. He had to have known something about him at that point. First, we already know he knew something about him, but they were out there waiting for him. It was kind of weird. And he said, what did Rick say? Rick said, oh yeah, that's what happened. Rick says, I don't want to have to kill any more of you. Like I already killed some of you guys. So at that point, either Negan found out or he already knew. Something was up at that point. Anyway, we cut back to Morgan. He's still fucking with Carol's head, telling her about, cotton candy and rainbows and stuff like that, and how you shouldn't kill anything, and how he turned vegan and he can't eat animals now, and some other stuff. I think he said he went vegan and he turned into a Buddhist monk and all this other shit. And Carol's with him on that. And she's like, okay, yeah, I don't want to kill anymore, even if it means that I die. Now, Carl, he wants to kill. This motherfucker wants to fucking kill. Because when they were in the van, he turned around to his dad and says, hey, if we run into some more of them guys, let's just kill them. Let's just kill them. That was ridiculous. So we already know where Carl's going. Carl's going to become a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, we go back to Morgan again. Morgan, he helps a buddy, and Carol is off and running. The buddy was a damn walking. But the dude was hanging, just walking. So he killed him, cut him down, goes back to see Carol. Carol's off to see the wizard. Not Negan. She's just off to just be out on her own. On some bullshit again. Now, anyway, we cut back to Rick. They've been going back and forth the whole episode. And the Savior send them a message. And it's not a message in a bottle. It's a message on some walkers. They happen to come past another blockade. They went past one blockade, the first one, then they went past the second one. It was even more people there. And to me, it looked like Dwight's dudes. Maybe not, maybe so, who knows? They come past another blockade, but this time it's not people. It's some walkers. And some of them are like adorned in some of Rick's group's people. I mean, adorned in his people. And their stuff. One of them had like a bow and arrow in them. So I know that Dwight's group did this. And one of them had Michonne's dreadlocks on. I think one had Daryl's jacket on them. So they knew, this is our group. And the people started shooting at them. But if they wanted to, they could have shot to kill with the first couple shots. They could have at least picked off one or two of them. At least. They were letting them live. And they let them go through that barrier. They didn't. The other ones, they stopped them from going there. They were leading them into a trap. At that point, it was no doubt in anybody's mind they were going to get fucked up. It was a trap. It wasn't a trap house. It was a trap. It was like Star Wars. It's a trap. It was one of those. So they set it up so they can walk. They can easily get past walkers. 6 walkers, anybody can do that. And Rick, did you see his face when he seen that Michonne got captured? Because he seen the dreadlocks. I hope they didn't pull off some like important dreadlocks. Like if you had dreadlocks, some of the locks are more important than other ones. Some of them are like thick and substantial, and some of them like damn near about to fall off anyway. I hope they ain't just take out any of them. I know Michonne's probably pissed. Like, damn, the ones they cut was her forever locks, the ones she was going to keep forever. Now, anyway, Morgan, he seems to be on Carol's trail because he found the rosary, the one she had that the dude took that was following her. So if he was following her and he's on to Carol, then that and Morgan is on to him, then he knows that he's getting close to Carol. And Carol basically gets what's coming to her. She wanted to die. She found the dude. The dude wrestles with her, puts that heat on her ass, and starts shooting through her. He put quite a few holes in her. You know, she's well ventilated right now. She looked like a beehive, like some Swiss cheese or something like that. She was very holy, like Gabriel, you know, and he says, hey, I'm not going to kill you just yet. I'm going to make you suffer. She said, I probably didn't suffer enough because of all the people I killed. And at that point in time, he's kind of confused. And basically, she took all the fun out of torturing her. She really did, because she says, I want to be tortured. That's not fun. I want to do this so you won't like it. But, you know, she wanted that. She wanted to, she felt like she needed to suffer for the things she did. So that kind of messed up the dude's head a little bit. Anyway, Maggie's at this point, she's fucked. We cut back to her. She's fucked. I mean, she looks like she saw a ghost. I mean, she's whiter than a piece of paper. This bitch is pale as a motherfucker. She's having a fever. I think the baby turned into a walker. She's having a miscarriage, but the baby turned into a walker and now it's eating its way out of her. That's what, or the baby's dead and it's like just sitting inside of her dead and it's making her sick. I don't know. but she's all fucked up. And they're trying to get her help. We cut back to Carol, and the dude's getting ready to kill Carol. I'm thinking he's just gonna kill her because she took all the fun out of torturing her. So now he still got to kill her. So he points a gun at her, and Morgan points his gun at him. He comes in for the rescue, and he said, "Put the fucking gun down, son." Yeah, he basically pulled the Debo. He said, "Yeah, put that gun down, son, and get knocked out like your father used to, like on Friday, the movie Friday." That's what he basically did. And the dude was gonna kill Carol anyway. He was so pissed about what Carol did to her to him and his boys that he was going to just kill her anyway. Now at this point in time, Morgan kills the dude. Carol said it was coming. She said it's going to come. You're going to have to kill. And he killed. He had to kill. Now at this point, I'm not going to say that they switched Morgan's character. Why? It's an easy explanation for this where Morgan can stay the same, where he says all lives matter no matter what, because the dude was going to shoot Carol, meaning Carol was going to die, or he can shoot the other guy to keep him from shooting Carol. One of them was going to die. At that point, it was just picking who it was going to be. At that point, somebody was going to die. So really, Morgan might feel like I didn't kill that guy. I just reversed who was going to die. The guy was going to kill Carol. Instead of that, he made me kill him. So he killed himself by trying to kill somebody else. That's an easy way of getting out of that, so his character is still intact. It's not like he should be like, oh my God, I killed somebody. No, I saved somebody too. I didn't just kill somebody, I saved somebody too who was inevitably going to die anyway. So his character could still be a goddamn vegan or whatever. A vegan Buddhist monk from the jungles of Tibet. He could still be that. Now, anyway, they come to Rick's group. Oh, no. Before I say that, the dudes that Morgan had and Rick had found in that barn, the ones with the armor on, they run into him. Well, it was one of them that we only seen, but it was two of them. And they said they're going to help him and Carol. At that point in time, I'm thinking he might not be from Hilltop. They might work with Hilltop, but he might not be. Who knows? They could be from Hilltop, but they're going to get her some help. But one reason why I think it might not be from Hilltop is because the Hilltop people, Negan's got Hilltop blocked off. He got every road leading to Hilltop blocked off. So Morgan and them is not going to make it to Hilltop if they're from Hilltop. They might not be from Hilltop. And a lot of the people from Hilltop aren't fighters, and I didn't see anybody with armor, or they just pads. But those are good for like walkers, just in case a walker might snap at you or something like that. That's good for that. That's the type of stuff I would wear. You can still run at full speed. It's not really getting in your way. It's lightweight. That's good to have. If they're from another group, they can get resources from that other group. So that's a good thing. Morgan's actually going to help build up a relationship with some more people. That's good. Morgan was right when he said don't shoot him. Rick was going to kill that guy. Everybody's saying Rick right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not with Morgan, but I'm just saying killing people without even asking questions. And plus the guy, you didn't know who that guy was. The dude was unarmed. Why would you shoot him? He was unarmed. There was no way to know that guy was one of the saviors. Leave him be, that guy. Now, what Tyrese did was different. Tyrese knew one of them guys at Terminus. That was one of the guys at Terminus, and he was evil, and he was going to kill people. Or what? Wait, was that the guy at Terminus? Might have been one of the guys at Terminus. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was different. Rick was just going to shoot somebody innocent because he don't know whether he was a friend or foe. He said, I don't know if you're an enemy, so I just kill you anyway. That's taking it too far. I think Morgan was right to stop him at that point. Anyway, Rick's group, they get to another blockade. And it was huge. They get to another one. And this one, instead of his people there, this giant logs they got laid out. Eugene looked, he said, man, they got plenty of people if they was able to do this. Because they got logs on logs on logs, logs on logs on logs. They got plenty of logs. I mean, it's like they're like beavers. They just built a giant dam. A nice beaver dam. And then they lit it on fire. Then they hung the dude in front of them to, you know, basically as a warning to Rick. And they had to turn around and go the other way. Eugene at that point said, yo, he said, even though they're in front of us, he said they're behind us too. He said, there's no way they're going to let us go back to Alexandria. So they had to come up with another plan. Eugene was going to sacrifice himself. He was going to go out in a blaze of glory. That built up Eugene. And he finally got Abraham's respect. Abraham was like, yo, I didn't think you could handle yourself, but trust me, at this point in time, I know you can. I like that point. And Abraham was getting ready to shake Eugene's hand when Eugene was getting ready to take the RV and drive off on his own and let everybody else go out on foot in order to get to the hilltop on foot. And they was going to have to travel a few miles. That was crazy. They're going to travel a few miles just on foot. That ain't too long, but it's enough. But anyway, Eugene was going to go out in a blaze of glory, and Abraham's going to shake his hand. Now, Abraham's like basically one of Eugene's best friends at this point. Let's keep it real. Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita. They were like this at one point. Now, of course, Abraham and Rosita still got a little tension, but Abraham and Rosita, they still love each other. Excuse me. They still love each other. Let's keep it real. Abraham was going to shake Eugene's hand. Eugene hugged him. There you go. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do that. We could die at any given time and we got to be all manly and macho. Fuck that. I'm giving you a hug. I love you. You got to do that at that point. I could be dead in 5 minutes. I love you, man. Give me a hug. You shake his hand. Come here, motherfucker. And you give him a hug and let him know that you love him. That's your man. I love you. You love me. Let's hug. We ain't gonna fuck, but I'm just saying, hey, let's hug because I'm showing you I really care about you. We could be dead at any given point. So that's what Eugene felt like. He said, we ain't got to do all that macho shit. Save that. Give me a hug. Come here. So anyway, he went on his own, and Rick's group, they went on foot. They're carrying Maggie, and they're going towards the hilltop, right? Now, at that point, all you hear is somebody start whistling. And I lost it. Negan got their asses. Once you heard the whistling, you was like, damn, that was part of the trap too. Now, they're running through the woods, and they're being guided. They hit this like a patch in the woods. It was almost like that scene out of Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell or whatever. Final Friday or whatever it was called. The one where Jason is chasing after this girl and he looks up and they got him surrounded. She led him into this spot where they had him surrounded by all these gunmen. Well, that's what they had with Rick's group. They had him surrounded. And as soon as you see it, the fucking RV is there. So they already got Eugene. That plan been bust. Now, Eugene gave Rick the plans on how to make bullets. I hope Rick doesn't lose those plans or Negan finds them. Because it's not only does it have the recipe for bullets, it's also got the location of the place to make them. So that show you right there the rank and file. I just made that up. But, I just put that in there just because. So if Negan finds that out, it's over for them. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So he better not find that out. But anyway, at this point in time, they get ready to reveal Negan. This whole scene was intense. They weren't intense, but it was intense. It was intense, but they wasn't in like actual tents, like a living structure tents. It was just intense. It wasn't like a circus. It wasn't in a tent. It was intense. Negan finally comes out. He pulls his bat out on him. Lucille. People kept telling me about Lucille, but they ain't telling me about Lucille. They just kept saying Lucille. Now, I thought they were talking about the bat. I knew that. But I thought that they were talking about that scene where Uncle Phil and the Fresh Prince had pulled out his personal pool stick. I didn't know that that's the bat. That's what Negan literally calls his bat, that he's got wrapped in barbed wire for torturing people. But that's cool. I like that. Anyway, he comes out and he tells them, "You killed my men." They found out that the people who killed, not the people that's got on the road, that was on the street. They might have knew that too, but they definitely knew the people from that compound was killed by Alexandria. They found that out. He said, "You killed my boys, so I sent some more boys to kill you, and you killed them." I'm thinking he's talking about Dwight's boys. They dropped them. They killed Dwight's boys, or a few of them. So I'm thinking he was talking about them. And he says, "Now, I'm going to let you guys join." He said, "I'm going to let you live." He said, "Because you can't work for me if you're dead." And then everybody had a sigh of relief. They're like, "Oh, thank God." And then Negan says, "Well, hold on." He said, "Don't think I'm just going to let you off scot-free." He said, "I'm going to kill one of you." That just goes without saying. Remember when he first came to the hilltop, they said he killed they beat some 16-year-old boy to death. He said, just to let you know what it is off the bat. That's just to start things off. He said, "You're going to be giving me half of your resources every time I show up." So he says, "I own your asses now." And he's going to kill them. They did that scene impeccably, if that's a word, impeccably. Y'all know what I mean. Immaculately. That scene was just great. Now, Abraham is tough as shit. Because when he said that he's going to kill somebody, Abraham popped up. He says, "Let it be me." I was like, damn. Not only that, he probably wanted to protect Sasha. He likes Sasha, but I'm not really feeling that, because Sasha's my wife. Sasha, that's my wife right there. It's always going to be like that. Sasha and Michonne, man, I love them lips on Michonne, man. I nibble on them. But anyway, I'm not even joking. I ain't playing with y'all. I'm dead serious. Anyway, he stood up, and Negan was like, "Oh, maybe I should kill him." Nope. He's not going to kill the person that wants to be killed. He wants to kill the person that doesn't want to be killed. The person that's going to be screaming and crying and begging for mercy, to strike fear into the hearts of the other people. He said that he had to use a lot of resources for this. Really, he really wants Rick's team down. Let's keep it real, because he knows that they're killers, because they killed a lot of his men. So he feels like, oh, these could be some valuable people to have on my team. He wants them. That goes without saying. Doesn't mean he won't kill them. Just mean he would prefer to have them cooperate. But he really wants to find somebody, the perfect person to kill. Then he turned around to Carl, and he realized Carl was Rick's son. Rick jumped in. No. Then he went after Maggie. And he's like, "Well, she's sick already. So you know what? I'll go ahead and just kill her. She might die anyway." And Glenn jumped in. No. They shut him up. And then what's his name? Negan said, "If we have one more outburst, I'm just gonna kill a motherfucker." That was crazy. I mean, that whole scene was ridiculous. Ridiculous. He said that people was gonna pee their pants. I'm thinking that when he does this often, and the people that he does it to, does piss their pants, I would shit myself. I would literally do that. I would be happy that he said he only gonna kill one person, because the odds are, if he's only gonna kill one person, the odds are it's not gonna be you. It's gonna be somebody, but more than likely it won't be you. But anyway, Glenn jumps up, does all that bullshit, and then Negan says he's going to pick somebody at random. Does the whole eeny, meeny, miny, mo shit. Dwight brings out Michonne, Rosita, and Daryl. Excuse me, he brought them out. So now they got them all lined up. He does the whole thing. He picks somebody. He does pick somebody, and he beats them to death. That scene was hard to watch when he hit the dude with the bat, and you see blood dripping, and then he says, "Oh man, this guy's tough." Because once he got hit, he came back up and looked right at Negan. I know how he was looking at him. He was looking at him like this. This was the look on the guy's face as he was getting beat. And I mean, he was letting Lucille off on this guy, busting his head open. He went straight for the head. Negan wanted to torture somebody in front of him. Now, when that happened, I was wondering, how are these motherfuckers going to survive? They got to live some type of way, but Negan had them shut down where there's no way for them to escape. There was no way. So Negan let them live, but he was going to kill one of them. This episode, I'm going to give a 5 out of 5. The whole thing with Rick and them, with Rick's group, was amazing. The thing with Morgan and Carol was lackluster, but I think the thing with Negan more than makes up for that. More than makes up for that. I think the part with Morgan and the those people with the pads on, that was good. And now hopefully hopefully Carol's gonna die. The person I think who got killed is Glenn. Glenn came close to dying so many times. Glenn's been with the group since day one. Day one. He was the first one from the group that Rick got in contact with. So who better to take out? I hope it ain't Sasha, man. That's my girl. I hope it ain't Michonne. That's my girl. Michonne first. First Michonne, then Sasha. Let's get it right. Michonne would be my first wife, then Sasha would be my second wife. Rosita, she'll be my mistress. Rosita, she all right. She got an attitude though. But that's from the show. But anyway, she might not be anything like that in real life. I think it's Glenn. Glenn came close to dying a couple times. I think they were setting up to let us know Glenn is going to get it. Glenn almost died at the prison. He almost died, when they escaped the prison. Glenn was supposed to have been dead then. Well, he wasn't supposed to have been dead, but he came close to dying then. Then he almost died when Meryl caught him. Then he almost died when Walkers almost ate him at that dumpster. Now, that was ridiculous. He should have been dead then. So I'm thinking they got Glenn now. Plus, Glenn wanted to sacrifice himself in order to make sure Maggie didn't die. Now, at this point, what the fuck can Rick do? Negan's got him. And I think Negan took the best approach for surviving in this world. That's what he said, the New World Order. He said, don't go against the grain. Everybody wanted people to join their group because everybody wants to build their numbers. Negan did the same thing, but he did it by force. I think half those people in Negan group don't want to be doing what they're doing, but they so scared they have to. They don't have a choice. Otherwise, Negan's going to kill them. Negan's got a bunch of people that can kill them. So it's either get down or lay down. And when you lay down, you stay down. So either you get down with his crew or he's going to lay you down. That's how it goes. So Rick's been building up his numbers. Everybody in The Walking Dead has been trying to find groups and build their numbers. Everybody's been trying to do that. But Negan's the first one we've seen doing it by force. I think he probably started off with a small group and built his number up by force. And eventually he's at where he's at now. His crew, the group that he's got to be within the hundreds. And I don't think it's like 500 or anything like that, but it's got to be like 200-300. That's how many people we got. It was so many. It might be 200. Who knows? But it's over. It's definitely over 100. I think in my mind it's at least 200, at least, because he's forcing people to get down. Shoot. Whereas we've seen it throughout the series, more and more people saying, "Hey, we got to find more members of the group." We've seen them building people up at the prison. Then when we got to Alexandria, we really got it. Aaron was going around finding people himself and bringing them back to Alexandria. So they're trying to build their group up, but they were looking for the right people, begging people to join, seeing who's nice and all that other bullshit. Negan says, get down or lay down, which is how he got to where he's at now. The numbers is how you win. And the way Rick played it, it was hard for him to get numbers. But at the same time, I think Rick played it right, because you don't want to just turn into some monster. But that's what Negan is. He's a monster. While he was bashing, I think it's Glenn, while he was bashing his brains in, he had a smile on his face. He was laughing like the shit was funny and cute. I'm going to give this episode 5 out of 5. Even though, like I said, I think the Carol stuff I thought was corny, I think the whole Negan thing more than makes up for all that. I think they left off on a good cliffhanger. Okay, most likely Maggie. Most likely he think Maggie got killed. It won't be Glenn, because Abraham dying before Glenn was. Now I ain't gonna. Some of these y'all better stop putting in spoilers. Okay, Daryl would have died when that guy captured him, so it wouldn't make sense for them to it wouldn't make sense for them to have Negan kill him. I think it's less likely, but Dwight showing up made it more likely that Daryl would die. I think going forward, Rick is gonna they gotta make bullets and they gotta take it to Negan. But how are they going to do it? Negan's going to keep tabs on him from now on. And eventually they got to go against him, because they're going to run out of resources and Negan's going to kill him. He's not going to kill all of them, but he's going to kill most of them. And the ones that want to stay down, that want to stay alive, he's going to absorb them into the group. And they're just going to follow suit. They're going to have to. So I'm wondering, is Rick going to pack up and go to a different city to get away from Negan? At least for a while. I know at some point he's going to fight him, but is he going to get away from him for a minute just to regroup, or what? Or are they going to have to just do whatever they can in Alexandria for a while until they get the type of artillery they need in order to face Negan? What? This is going to be intense. Because I don't know how they're going to escape Negan. They're going to be working for the fucking devil for the next little while. And they don't have a choice. And it's hard for me to come up with some type of way for them to get around it. They got to fight. But I don't know how they're going to get that off. Negan knows everything now. Okay. With 2 extra people in line, it means his pick would be every second person, which lands on Maggie. I don't know what he means. I think it's Glenn. I think I heard Glenn say Maggie and Maggie. Glenn say Maggie and Maggie say Glenn. So I think they're safe, maybe. Maggie is going to get an abortion. Yup. Okay. And, she's going to live, because the baby is a damn walker inside of her, chewing the insides out. Her issue can't be helped. They need a doctor to do it. Yup. They need a doctor to hurry up. Okay, for sure it's not Rick. It can't be Rick, and it's not going to be. It can't be Rick, Carl, and it can't be Michonne. Okay, yeah, it definitely ain't those 3. And it better not be Michonne. And I hope it ain't Sasha. Those my wives. Okay, it's most likely Maggie or even Eugene. It could be Eugene, but I'm hoping it's not Eugene because Eugene did the whole tough guy thing. He was ready to die. So that could have been foreshadowing to him dying. Not only that, when he got hit, he came back up being tough. Like, this is me being tough in my last hours. Because he was so scared to die at first. He led the whole group on risking their lives in order for him to survive. So this could have been the changing point in his character. But I would prefer Eugene to stay alive because he got a lot more use that he could put that we can put to use in the group. Okay, something really shocking. Ending was garbage. I thought the ending was great. Bruh, it's gonna be Glenn, dude. I'm not gonna read because dude might got spoilers. Okay, I see comics in the comments, so I'm not gonna even read it. Okay, I'm not gonna read this dude Zeno, whatever. I'm not gonna read any of his comments because he's talking about comics and shit like that. Okay, you might as well take the comics with a grain of salt. Yeah, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but Daryl's not in the comics, so there's no way for me to say that I know Daryl's gonna stay alive because he's not even in the comics. Okay, but on top of that, like Darius said, the comics is not going the same route as the show. So you can't say everything in the comics is going to happen. Okay, Mean needs a manly hug. Yes, I do. No, I'm playing. Okay, they're not going to follow word for word. Yeah. Okay. They said Glenn was in the even spot. Come on, man. Stop that. Glenn would be too obvious to kill off. I don't think so. It doesn't matter whether it's obvious. I think he'll have a whole lot of impact. I don't want Glenn to die. I want Carol to die. Yeah, don't forget Abraham dies before Glenn. Why would Abraham die before Glenn? Okay, I'm not gonna read this guy's comments. Okay, most people don't even read the comics. Okay, hopefully. Okay, I think it might be Abraham or Daryl. Okay. It could be Daryl. Okay, plus Abraham dying won't mean much to people. Okay. I think it would mean something. Okay. Somebody said can't be Glenn. Basically, everybody in the comments are just basically arguing over who it's going to be. Somebody said Aaron. I like Aaron. I think Aaron could be a prospect though for getting killed because I think his boyfriend got killed, didn't he? Isn't he dead or something? So Aaron being next won't be too unlikely. And plus, I like it. I think Aaron did add more to the group, so he did become a group member where if he dies, people will feel sorry about it. Okay. Negan is a savage. Yeah, he is. I was going to piss myself. I really was. What if it's Rosita? I would be pissed. But I mean, Rosita could drop, I want Rosita to stay more so than anything. But if she drop, it'd be cool. But definitely not Sasha or Michonne. Definitely not Michonne. If you kill her, I'm going on a rampage. Okay. He said whoever it was, it has to be strong because they took a beating to the head like a champ. I think it's Glenn. Glenn we know is a G. He got tortured by Meryl and he was still standing. So Glenn can take a bat. Remember, Glenn was getting ready to get killed back at Terminus. Remember they was getting ready cut it. They were going to hit him in the back. Hit him in the head with a bat. They were going to hit him with a bat at Terminus and slice his throat. That was foreshadowing to this. Glenn got hit with the bat finally. But anyway, go ahead, leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. Peace.